What's going on, guys? I'm Vastey. I'm going to review this time of Marvel Legends GameStop exclusive Archangel.
That's crispy.
Archangel comes with 3 interchangeable heads. He comes with this unmasked head where he's Warren Worthington, but he doesn't have a mask on. And it looks pretty good. It's the same head sculpt as the Adam Warlock. I don't have that figure, but I can tell it is. And I do like the shading on the hair. And then he comes with the same Warren Worthington head, but it's like angry, or he's like sinister, something like that. It's pretty cool. Again, it's the same as Adam Warlock, but it looks pretty cool here. And then he comes with this Horseman Death head. And a lot of people are complaining about this, saying, oh, why isn't it sculpted on there? Personally, it doesn't bother me. What kind of is weird is this like skull teeth right here. It's kind of weird, but I still do like this head sculpt. It's the same as Blizzard, but it's very cool. It does look like a mask. And he comes with this little accessory for Apocalypse. I don't have the complete figure complete. So what you do is you take out the gauntlet in the hand, and then you plug it in. Doesn't matter what side it goes on. I don't know if you were actually supposed to put this on there. I highly doubt that. I don't think that'll fit. Nah, that's not gonna fit. Well, you get the idea. You just plug it in there. It's not going in there for some reason. I'm not sure if it's on the wrong hand or not, but you would plug it in there and plug in the tube in here. That's a pretty cool accessory. I want to see more stuff like this. Maybe if they release the Mr. Sinister, we can get some more weapons for Apocalypse. Or X-Men villains, where we get some more weapons for Apocalypse. That would be really cool. But it turns, and it has a little hinge here. It's very cool. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Originally, when this figure first was announced, I was like, man, why are they releasing this figure again? Like, because I already have 2 versions of this exact same character, like the X-Force version and then the Hitmonkey Wave Archangel. So when he was announced, I was like, man, I don't know anything I'm going to do with this. But I was really thinking about it, and I saw him at GameStop over and over again. I was like, he looks kind of cool, and I do like the fact that he comes with all these interchangeable heads. And now that I have him in hand, this is definitely the best version of this character that we got in Marvel Legends. It surpasses all of the other 2. And he's just a really, really clean figure. Like, everything that was wrong with the other versions, they corrected in this figure. I don't really have any problems with this figure. People will say, oh, why is it on the Bucky Cat mold? Well, I mean, personally, it doesn't affect me. Something that would be cool is if he had butterfly joints, but it is what it is. It's still a very cool figure. So let's get into this. The head sculpt is very cool. You know, it's the exact same that we got from before. You see his ears with the mask. Very cool. This part is sculpted on there. I do like the fact that the mask is sculpted, and like the eyes. And this is more of a classic look of Archangel, where the Hitmonkey Wave was the modern look of Archangel, and then the X-Force version was obviously the X-Force version. So I do like this a lot. Like the light blue. And this is like kind of like a pinkish red that he has on there. Very comic accurate. Very cool. And they did change the feet on this figure, and I do like that. They're kind of like pointed, where on the other versions they were kind of like a boot, because obviously the Bucky Cat mold. But this I like a lot more. When I would ever see like Archangel in the comic books, he would always wear like these kind of pointed shoes. So I like that a lot. He comes with 2 fists instead of like the open hands. So I do like that a lot. Again, they just corrected everything that was wrong with the other figures. And then the wings, man. When this figure originally came out in, like, I want to say, what was it, 2012? Yeah, 2012, when this when the original figure came out, everyone was surprised by the wings. Like, these wings are really, really cool. But on the original version, the wings were really loose. Like, these were really loose, and they came out really easily. But on this version, they corrected it. It's the exact same color, where it's like chrome and kind of metallic. And it's just very cool, man. Very, very cool. You turn them around. I'll get into the articulation later, but it's a very, very cool wing idea. Now, something that would have been kind of cooler is you see that he has this like kind of plug in the back, if like, because you can actually take out the wings. This is something that doesn't really bother me. It just comes out kind of easily. They actually like plugged into his back instead of like having that piece on there, so it's a little more flush. I don't know. That's just something that would have been kind of cooler to me. But still, it's a very, very cool figure, and it's probably the best version of this character that we've gotten. Now, we all know this body mold. It is what it is. You know, it doesn't really bother me. if they put it on the bullseye body, maybe it wouldn't been a lot smoother, but still it's very cool. Head looks up, moves down, side to side, moves back and forth, up and down, so with the bicep, double joint at the elbow, wrist moves side to side. I believe these hands do pop out. Yeah, they do pop out. And he has an ab crunch. Doesn't really crunch forward too much. He has a waist swivel, leg moves forward, back, and out, so with the thigh, double joint at the knee, castle wolf moves up and down, and an ankle pivot. Now the wings are very, very cool. They kind of hinge back and forth. They move up and down, hinge here, and then hinge here, and then they hinge on the back. Now, I believe it was this YouTuber named Solid Snake. He did this thing where it was really, really cool, or it may have been Bug Nice too, where you can actually like take out the wings itself and put them on the opposite way. So it's, let's see, I'm not sure if it was, yeah, it was this way, because you want to have like this side matching this side. So you basically put it backwards, not the opposite wing. Yeah, man, that's super cool to me. And then when you get Archangel, it's kind of hard to stand him up because it gets kind of heavy. But that looks really cool. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like throwing his wings at you. He's kind of protecting himself. Man, that looks really cool. Damn. Stuff like this I love. Pardon me, guys, it's really hard getting all these guys in frame. But like I said before, out of all these, this is the best version. And this is the X-Force version. Funny story, this figure is really expensive now. Actually, the entire set is. Wolverine, Psylocke, and Archangel are really expensive. I want to say like around 600 to 700 bucks. Not worth it in my opinion. There are very cool figures, but most of them are outdated, especially Psylocke. This figure at the time was really loose at the wings, and he was kind of hard to stand up. And he has paint chip everywhere. You can see a little bit right there. But he's still a very cool figure. X-Force is one of my favorite runs of comic books, and definitely this version of the team, it was really, really cool. And this is the Hit Monkey version. He was really cool. Basically the exact same version of this one. But there was actually supposed to be a variant where it was the exact same version of this. It was just a variant of this in the same wave. But that never came out. But this one was really cool. Again, very expensive figure to get now. The thing that bothered a lot of collectors, didn't really bother me, was the fact that the wings were kind of plastic. I mean, they're obviously made out of plastic, but they're kind of like matte. I mean, there's no real metallic look to it. It doesn't really bother me. Still a very cool figure. This is more of the modern X-Men version. When he's around like 2008, 2007 run of X-Men, where they're drawn a little differently. I definitely did like this version, but this is more of the classic 90s version of Archangel, and I do like this figure a lot. This guy's in my X-Force shelf. He was in my Brotherhood shelf, and then, not Brotherhood, X-Men villains, and now he's going to my X-Men villain shelf, and he's going to my X-Men characters, because I do like Archangel as a villain as well. But yeah, all three of these guys are very, very cool. You can put the unmasked heads on the previous versions of the character, and they look pretty cool. What's funny is you can't actually put this version of the Death's head on this figure because the paints don't really match. But you can kind of hide it, like if you put it up like that, but it doesn't match. But these two look very cool on these figures. I'm going to rate Archangel a 10. This figure is amazing. He is a GameStop exclusive, so that's the only place you can get him. And yeah, alright guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.